It's one of the loudest days in Montana, but for the Treasure State, it's the sound of history and the echoes of pioneer dreams to tame the West. Coming up on Bragg About Montana.
I'm Dennis Bragg in Glacier National Park. I'm Dennis Bragg about Montana. While Glacier and Yellowstone have their appeal, it's the smaller national park units in Montana that frequently are the best place to experience the wonders of this region and the history. Case in point is the Grant-Kohrs Ranch here in Deer Lodge.
It was on these 1,600 acres of land that enterprising pioneers, cattlemen, would set the pace for using 58 million acres of Montana for agriculture, 62% of the 93 million acre total for generations to come. Johnny Grant was the enterprising son of a Canadian fur trapper who pivoted to livestock when he realized he could make money buying worn-out cattle on the Oregon Trail at Fort Hall, driving them north and fattening them up in the valleys of Montana, then selling them back to the trekkers, miners, and others coming to the region. By 1863, it said he had 4,000 head of cattle and thousands of horses. But feeling crowded when the Montana Gold Rush kicked in, Grant wanted out, selling to German immigrant Conrad Kohrs. Kohrs capitalized on the changing times and Montana's open range, becoming one of the first cattle barons with as many as 50,000 head on 10 million acres before blizzards changed his fortunes in the 1880s. Today, the Grant-Kohrs Ranch is a year-round museum and working ranch, bursting to life with a bawling of bovine moms and kids in the first half of summer on Branding Day.
What they'll do is they'll get in the calf in the ring right here, and they'll heel rope those calves, and we'll take them out. Take about 1 minute per calf, if you can believe that. If you can keep your distance from the fence just a little bit, kind of give these fellas a little bit of room to work. This is an entertaining hour and a half, 2 hours right here. Let's get to branding.
This isn't like the show you see from the stands at a Montana rodeo. It's the depiction of a process that's changed little since Johnny Grant's day.
The site is here to tell that story of the open range cattle era in our history, and really branding is an essential part of that. And so it's just really exciting to be able to put on an event where visitors and people who don't normally experience something like this could actually get out and see what it was like, the teamwork that's involved, and just the excitement that happens for all of this.
If your only experience with cattle roundups is an old John Wayne Western, the reality is much different. It never gets interrupted by fist fights or shootouts. In fact, the operation is a well-oiled machine. It only takes about 1 minute per calf to complete the branding.
That's because it's an operation, a tradition handed down from cowboy to cowboy or girl and from ranch to ranch.
Yes, and it is throughout the ranches in the valley. I help different neighbors and stuff brand. There's still a lot of them do it this way. Yeah.
Again, it's a part of, the history that is just disappearing. And so it's just exciting to have a whole new generation of people. We had tons of kids come out today and to experience this and really hopefully understand a little bit more about the importance of this part of our history.
Everyone knows their job and carries out each specific task to quickly get through the morning's work.
The team thing between the people and the horses and handling the horses, the cattle safely.
In fact, the bigger wrangling job on this hot June morning is for the advisors with the kids from the youth program who came out from Butte to learn and ask a lot of questions.
Why do we do it? How do we do it? Which they get to watch. Sometimes does it hurt?
We got to get them involved. We got to get them behind this to keep this industry going.
But a closer look allows you some time travel, too. Seeing the cattle, the ropes, the hats, and the spectacular peaks of the Flint Range, overlooking a scene straight out of Montana's early days.
The history and the story of this site itself, just the people who lived here, and just what the site is here to tell, that big open range cattle era story. It's just really exciting and interesting, and using the people here to help tell that story. And because it is a working cattle ranch, to be able to see and experience and, like today, smell these things is just really great to be around.
All about the sights and sounds, isn't it?
Exactly.
Just all kinds of history from the first cattle in the country here, Yeah.
Does that kind of go through your mind when you're out there riding and looking up at the peaks?
Yeah. The pioneers that started it, it was quite a task for them in those days.
The roundup is just one of many activities throughout the year at the Grant-Kohrs Ranch right off I-90 on the north side of town. In Deer Lodge, Dennis Bragg about Montana.